So, hello, my name is Omar Muhammad Shifullah, and you can call me Omar. So, today I'm gonna talk about a part of geological subject called petroleum. So, there's a term called petroleum system where it produces hydrocarbon, the hydrocarbon migrates, and then it accumulated. So, first thing first, let's talk about what is hydrocarbon actually. So, hydrocarbon are basically organic chemical compounds made up of only two elements, which is hydrocarbon and hydrogen and carbon. Despite being simple in composition, they are the foundation of petroleum and natural gas. So this hydrocarbon may produce or may in liquid state and gas state. The liquid state called oil, crude oil, and the gas state which we usually call gas. They are formed over millions of years from the remains of ancient plants and microscopic organisms such as plankton and algae that accumulated on the seafloor. So they were formed in seafloor or underwater, or even there is a seafloor and it's under it. When these organic materials were buried under layers of sediment, heat and pressure gradually transformed them into hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons come in different forms depending on their molecular size and structure. First, we have the simplest hydrocarbon called methane. There's also which also the main component of gas. And next we have the liquid state. As I mentioned, that liquid hydrocarbon or we usually call oil. This oil have more complex molecules and are found in petroleum reservoirs. And the next is solid hydrocarbon, or we geologists usually call bitumen. Bitumen are very heavy and sticky forms of hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are important because they are the world's most widely and used energy source. They can be burned to release energy, refined into fuels like gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel, or even fertilizers. But hydrocarbons don't just sit at the surface waiting for us. They are generated deep underground in source rocks, then migrate until they are neither trapped beneath a seal or escape to the surface as seeps. That is where hydrocarbon traps come in. Next, after we all know what is hydrocarbon is, we, we can conclude that hydrocarbon is produced, of course, and so in this system we conclude in three steps where hydrocarbon generates, hydrocarbon migrates, and hydrocarbon accumulates. So in petroleum system, we have also the hydrocarbon generates, which called source rock, as as it we call source rock. So that is the source where the hydrocarbon produce. So when the hydrocarbon produced in the source rock, it will go through like some kind of not broken. What is it? Like some kind of small gaps in this in the so the hydrocarbon will focus or will go through a small gap or small fractures through this migration through the layers. It will look for fractures and it will migrate. When it's migrate, as we call the hydrocarbon migrates for because why the hydrocarbon migrates, it's because of hydrocarbon will look for places where the pressure is lower. So because the deep far on our earth, it is so the pressure is so high, It needs to transport it to the up to lower pressure. So when it's transported, it will accumulate it as we as it's written here, accumulated in the reservoir. Reservoir is where the hydrocarbon is accumulated. But how but why the hydrocarbon is accumulated in the reservoir? Why it's not in why it cannot go through still up? Because the system has track, or we also call seal. Oh, seal is where the hydrocarbon is trapped. So it also where the hydrocarbon cannot go because the gap is just too small for oil to go through, so it will trap and the hydrocarbon will accumulate it in the reservoir. This red color, this gray color is the seal one, is where the oil cannot go through. The red one is the gas. So gas and oil will go through together, and the green one is the oil, and the blue one is the water. Because usually it doesn't only contain oil and gas, but it's also contain water. Next, we also have some an important part that called migration of petroleum. There are two types of migration, where short or long migration. The best evidence of short migrations are the pools in isolated sand lances. Yes, there are several good reasons also for believing long distance migration. So people believe, or geologists believe, the long distance migration is happen because of common occurrence of oil and gas seepage and predict production of oil and gas from pools, and also a structural trap may not form until long after the reservoir rock is in place. But the primary migration are defined as the migration of petroleum from the source rock to the carrier bed. Earlier theories believe oil and gas came out of source rock with squeezing water, which also called hydrodynamic theory by Mann. So there are usually two types of migration, but we just talk about the primary migration, where in short that migration is just hydrocarbon that migrated. Okay, after the hydrocarbon migrated, we may the hydrocarbon will accumulate it in the reservoir rock. Reservoir rock is defined as the rock having appreciable porosity to trap the hydrocarbons and sufficient permeability for the oil to flow during migration and production. So this reservoir rock characteristically these are coarse grain clastic sedimentary rocks, or porous limestone, or fractured igneous or metamorphic rocks. So basically, why these are coarse grain? Because the hydrocarbon needs to go to small gap between the rocks, or between the particles of the layers, right? So the coarse grain basically will have bigger fracture than the finer grains, because this finer grains is so small, so it will easily fit in through the gaps, so it doesn't allow the hydrocarbon fill. Porosity is the void. Porosity is where the gap. Porosity is the void space inside the rock. Rock is composed two things. First is matrix, is the rock material, and the second one is free space. That free space is called the void space. It's where the storage porosity is actually percent of that free space of total space. After the hydrocarbon is accumulated in the reservoir rock, but it still may go through because the coarse rock allow the hydrocarbon go through because this big gap. So that's why above the reservoir rock there is called seal rock. Seal rock were defined as the rock that prevent further vertical and lateral migration of the hydrocarbons from the trap. Characteristically, there are fine-grained impermeable sedimentary rock. Seal rock or hydrocarbon traps may also divided into three types: the structural, stratigraphic, and combination. The structural, it is when the exclusively if trap that exclusively due to structural style such as faults, and faults. Faults which is lipatan and faults which is sesar, both produce gap. And the stratigraphic when it's exclusively due to stratigraphic disposition such as lenticular sands and channel fills. And also the last is combination. Combination when the trap is neither due to structure or nor due stratigraphic disposition alone, but it is such as up deep pinch outs. So the structural traps are formed usually by tectonic forces. So it is when an anticline is where rocks are folded or bent upwards. Hydrocarbon migrate up the flanks of the anticline and are trapped in the crest, or when faults occur where there is movement along a joint or fracture. Offset of the beds could result in an impermeable layer being on top of a permeable layer. So structural traps is basically the primarily or the commonly found in the reservoir rock and the petroleum system of petroleum produce. So yeah, I hope we all understand. So that's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.